Welcome back. It's Rudy. Alpha Investments. How's everybody doing today? Pretty good? Today we're going to talk about the state of standard. So let's get the fun stuff out of the way here. So Core 21 is literally selling like garbage. Give you guys an interesting idea. Even between all sources, I have sold the least amount of Core 21 boxes of any standard set since Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan in a couple years. Interesting, isn't it? Throne of Eldraine was selling incredibly well for a long time, falling off a cliff. Sales are next to nothing, older set, gonna cycle soon, blah, blah, blah. Very interesting. Ikoria just continues to do just fine. Theros just barely sells as it is. It's very fascinating to see what's happening right now as we approach the end of 2020's fun year, isn't it? Everybody having a good time? Very, very interesting to see these dynamics. In my personal opinion, I believe these are side effects of wallet fatigue, the overall larger geopolitical, worldwide, economic, fancy, big, flashy word. I just think it's a lot of side effects of wallet fatigue of a lot of Magic products and a combination of real-world events. It's very interesting. Obviously, Double Masters, VIP, Jumpstart, new Zendikar will probably be coming pretty soon. When you see all these, when it's hot and in the moment, and certain products are still doing okay, but overall, the sales of standard boxes as a whole, in my opinion, in probably the last 6 months have dropped the largest amount I have seen since 2017. Now, in 2017, I was offering, was it Kaladesh and Aether at $79.99 shipped, or were we at that point, were we at Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation? Not quite at Ixalan yet. I think we were at Amonkhet era. It was a similar time. Sales were just very poor. People just were not buying Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation boxes. Same concept with years before that, Dragon's Maze. Dragon's Maze was a set that they literally cut off early, and they just let the supply sit because it just wasn't selling good. Because, again, no expected value. So here we are, when you're looking at pretty much, Theros, Throne, Core 2021, Ikoria, across the board, the expected value using TCG market is pretty much between $50 and $70 a box. Incredibly low. Now, again, the collector's boxes still maintain higher premiums because they have all the flashier versions that people are willing to pay premiums for. And, of course, even all the common uncommons, people are still willing to pay a bigger premium for. It's very interesting what's happening. I made the video the other day, hopefully you guys checked it out, where I feel mass box opening by stores around the country, around the world are completely dead, and we're going to continue to see side effects of this shifted behavior of stores and evil investors and collectors, mass box openers, whoever you may be. I know a lot of people are going to watch this and they're going to say, this is great news. Everything's cheap. The prices are low. And I can go on eBay or TCG Player and I can buy this particular single cards I want for 50 cents, $1. The mythics are $2 type thing. Maybe the top card's $10. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people are happy about that. But a lot of people aren't really looking at the economical side of things. Is that even a word? People aren't looking at the overall side effects of what this does to stores in the economy of Magic. And, it makes the buy list prices super low, which makes people who actually open the packs or want to flip cards not want to open packs and flip cards like we talked about the other day on the mass box opening. And it also, Core 21, I had one distributor that literally, the set came out after release week. They said, hey, you can just buy all our extra boxes from the release for WPN, this and that, and we just have extra product. They're just not selling. And it was still on allocation period. But the distributors weren't even able to move the buy. And I was like, well, no, because I don't want to put on sale, because if I sell your batch of boxes, I can't get more till allocation period ends. It'll make people angry. It'll cause me problems. So I have to wait till I can make sure I can get enough product. So allocation gets cut off after what? 30 days, was it? Was it even 60, 90 days? It wasn't even long at all. So allocation comes off of Core 21 after maybe a month or so, instead of the full 2 to 3 months. And the product is just, there's a lot of it. And I think this is a side effect of stores not buying as much. Because, of course, they're either out of business. And the ones that are not out of business are not doing mass box openings. And when you look at the value of the single cards, and again, we can get into the conversation if you want to about the crossovers. You can get Core 21, some of the best cards in the set, in the collector box. You can get it inside Jumpstart. There's crossovers. So the same chase card is available in multiple product lines. And this is distorting a lot of the value of this stuff. So I wanted to bring that up front and center, that the sales right now are very weak. Haven't seen anything like it in quite a long time. Now I'm expecting Zendikar to come out and kind of reignite and fuel everybody back up, get the hype train flowing, and when that releases in the next 1 to 2 weeks, I'm expecting the Zendikar to really push Magic back into the hot zone again, maybe. I know Commander Legends looks very exciting for the end of the year, and also whatever mystery other products that are going to be, announced last minute. But it's very, it's concerning, and I don't know what that means longer term from now, because there's many times in Magic's history that we've had periods like this, looking at Rivals of Ixalan and regular Ixalan, and Amonkhet, $200 box, Hour of Devastation, $150 boxes. And this was deemed by the market, and even the sales of the product were terrible. They were awful. I mean, Hour of Devastation has got to be the worst selling expansion set in probably since Dragon's Maze. It's unbelievable how low the sales and how it did. It's unbelievable. And Amonkhet and Ixalan was right behind it. So looking at that, knowing that's how those products age, and Ixalan didn't have lottery cards. Amonkhet block did have lottery cards, which would really help to fuel that product. I don't know, because we can't really use an even comparison to years ago with Amonkhet and say, hey, well, Rudy, this is good news. If these things aren't selling, the value of the cards are low, no one's going to be dumb enough to sit on sealed product. No one's going to be dumb enough to handle that product because Wizards is going to cut it off probably sooner than it normally would. So what does that mean long term? Now, obviously, the simple thing is, well, Rudy, that means we should sit on sealed product and buy more of it. I'm not fully convinced of that right now. I know, Negative Nancy Rudy 2017 Rudy here to tell you, I have a lot of genuine concerns, and you're going to see a lot more, negative tone shift on this channel for the foreseeable future until maybe I see something changing. But, I want to just report on what I see. And right now, the sales are declining. The standard product and the quantity of Magic boxes are just not doing well. And I'm hoping, of course, Zendikar kind of, reignites this and has a change of direction for us. But one last thing here. I'm stopping short of saying that, this is good because this could be a good investment for keeping it sealed, similar to 2017. I just don't know, because this is not the same animal. Amonkhet, Hour of Devastation, in Ixalan didn't sell good in 2017 because people just didn't like the lottery cards, the way the meta was, the standard, the whole thing. People just weren't happy with the environment. That's a whole conversation in itself. The products right now aren't selling good because there's too many of them. And I know a lot of people are going to point to the 90s baseball card bust. You can Google it. 90s baseball card crash. Google it. Read about it. A lot of people are going to point to that. But the difference is each Magic product is not overprinted like that. The problem is there are too many different types of Magic products, which is something the sports card thing went through in the 90s. I don't know how this is going to unfold. I genuinely have been spending substantial amounts of time thinking about it every day, trying to wrap my head about each possible outcome. What if A, B, C, D? Which direction would it go? What's the probability of each outcome? Trying to make decisions on this. And I haven't come to a good conclusion yet, but I still remain in a very bearish position that I don't know if, is Core 2021, is that a set that can really appreciate in value long term? Especially if you have cards in that product in multiple other products, between challenger decks that'll probably come out and jumpstart reprints here. And do you see what I'm saying? And then not to mention the secret layer sprinkled on top, and of course the sheer volume. We don't know. So that's all today's video is pretty much about, is I wanted to express concern about what's happening, and also I want to let people know sales of regular standard boxes right now are the lowest they've been in years. Why that is? You guys can let me know in the comments. Until that changes, it may change in a week or two with Zendikar. It may take the whole year. but use a lot of caution right now with this new stuff, everybody. I'm telling you.